All right, so we just got our new Starlink internet system. There's a ton of unboxing videos out there, so we're not gonna spend too much time on that. We're just gonna get her put in and see how she works here. So I opted for a pole mount, put a 2-inch PVC pipe, concreted it in. Turns out the pole that the internet said was 2 inches from Starlink is actually 1 inch. So the original plan, just because I got a lot of tall trees around, so clearance wasn't great, was to try and get it up as high as possible. I'm not a huge fan of mounting on the roof, but as you can see, 2-inch coupling is not gonna work there. So just to get it tested, we're just gonna stick this, just kind of stick this in here, get it hooked up temporarily, and then we'll have to come back with something that's going to link it together. That way we can get it up there and hopefully avoid some interference from these trees. But you know, really easy setup. It's about as simple as take it out and attach to the pole there. Let's make sure we get that right. Eventually I'll be running this wire through the pole, but like I said, we're gonna have to come back. Hardware stores are closed and I probably won't be back here for a week or so, but let's see if we can get this run into the house, plugged in, and see if we can get it working. I did already have a hole in the house, so I didn't have to drill one, but if you were setting this up yourself, you would have to drill one on the exterior 75-foot cable. Let's see, kind of tangled. The FedEx driver that dropped it off kind of body slammed my package, so not super thrilled about that, but it looks like everything inside was fine. Clearly, if you're going to untangle your wire, don't do it the way that I did it. Got this untangled here. We're just gonna, one thing I do not like is that this is not super flexible. So feeding it through, in fact, I don't even know if it's gonna fit through that hole we drilled inside here. Yikes. Does not look like we're gonna be able to get that in there. There's no way to detach from in there. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take that silver plate off and see what we got behind there. Before you didn't put a gaping hole in the side of the house. It does take a pretty substantial hole to be able to run specifically the front part of that wire to. A little disappointing considering, you know, the length of the wire. You like to be able to run it through and hide it a little bit better, but you know, I got lucky. I already got a hole. Now you don't want that too tight on the bottom to pinch that cord. Also don't want that moving around. We're gonna have to come up, probably drill a bigger hole through there. We do this permanently, so there's not as much pressure on that cord, but let's get the rest set up and see what happens. Alright, this little test stand comes with it. Good looking router. So temporarily we're gonna set this up in here. Ignore the mess. Like I said, this place is under construction for the next probably year. All right. So you should then be able to open up the Starlink gap. Look at that. Obviously, we have to go with Sierra 117 for our Wi-Fi. Password. And create. There it is. We are in. We are not. Let's see. Looks like this could take a couple of minutes. No, I won't bore you with this. Alright, so setup is complete here. It took about 12 minutes. Let's go ahead and see. A little worried about how low that pole is and how much it's actually going to be able to run or how much interference we're going to get, but definitely not the download we would be expecting. You know, you hear people getting upwards of 100 to 300, 17. And again, I'm guessing this is because of the interference from the trees in the house. Upload about 5. So a little disappointing on the speed. My guess is it has something to do with the pole. Not going to be able to be out here for a couple of weeks. So we'll get another test done once we get it up a little higher. Thanks.